Welcome everyone to the phone call today. Very happy to have Pegasus with, we're doing paid traffic today, and just been doing an incredible job. You know, Pegasus has been now with Agora, I don't know exactly how long, but for a number of months we sent them over quite a bit of clients, and people that we sent over have been very happy, especially what we're talking about today with the paid traffic campaigns. We've sent another number of people over. We've created a video to show them the type of traffic they can get. And we've had some incredible response. Frank will be going over some of the testimonies with that today and then kind of talking about how it works. But if you're looking for a client that wants to get more business, online traffic, this is perfect. And Franklin's incredible at it. His company's incredible. So with that, Franklin, I'm going to hand it off to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Vince. I appreciate the introduction. And so let's talk about why paid traffic. So paid traffic is exactly what it is. You're buying traffic, and you've got pretty much every company that's out there, the major players. Their whole purpose in life is to sell advertising, right? Google makes billions with a B of dollars on advertising, and they've set up their Google Ads. They've got their whole Google display network set up. So that is their whole purpose in life. They don't really care about you know, Google Maps, any of that stuff. They do that all to build their brand and to get advertising dollars. You know, it's not about trying to help us be better people. They want to get our money and sell advertising. Same with Facebook. You know, Facebook really doesn't care about your mom or your grandmother. What they care about is knowing as much about you so that they can have advertisers target you. And that's the purpose in life. So, you know, don't fight it, go with it and use what they're doing. We focus on 3 major platforms: Google Ads, also previously known as AdWords. They've rebranded. It's now Google Ads. We focus on Facebook, which can also include Instagram, because Facebook owns Instagram, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. And then we also focus on LinkedIn. We don't do Twitter, and we don't do Yelp. Yelp is a very closed system. They're just starting to reach out and have other people. They're starting to open up a little bit, but they're a very closed system, and they're also very expensive. And what I've seen too, I'm kind of going a little off topic, but I've noticed with Yelp getting more aggressive, it also seems to be driving the price down on Google because they've got a lot more competition. Even against 5 years ago, they didn't have that much competition in the online. But now Facebook has really emerged as a major player, and also Yelp is, you know, being very aggressive with their ads as well. So the three that we focus on: Google Ads, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Now the question is, why would you want to buy traffic? So there's several ways to get traffic. One is you buy it, or you get it organically, meaning, so if I search for electricians, the ads will come up at the top, and then all the organic results come up below that. As an example, we've got an electrician here that I'm working with here in Portland. He just went from a franchise back to his original brand, and now he needs traffic. So we've just started him on a paid traffic campaign, and so because he needs customers, he needs to be found, where before the franchise was taking care of that for him. So paid traffic, he's doing a budget of about $30 a day, and because he wants to be aggressive, he wants traffic, he needs customers. So typically the one that we always look at first is Google Ads. And Google Ads, why do we look for Google Ads first? Because Google Ads is people that are actually searching for you, your business, your services. So if they're already searching for your services, then that makes them a warm lead, right? As opposed to someone you're trying to put a billboard up in front or have them watch your radio or TV advertising. You're trying to get their interest. On Google Ads, these are people already searching for you. So then what you have to do is you have to target the ad to find those keywords, those search terms that have intent, combine them with ads that get people's attention and have them take action, and then drive them either to, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, either a landing page or the website, and get them to convert which means either calling or filling out a contact form as well. So Google Ads is usually where we look at first, because when people are searching, there is that intent already. As opposed to Facebook, and when I'm talking Facebook, I'm also talking Instagram. The biggest difference with Instagram and Facebook is the demographic, meaning that typically if it's a product or services that really appeals to people in their 20s up to about 30, then Instagram is probably a really good choice. Above that, Facebook is. So we usually always start with Facebook, and depending again on the demographic, it may or may not include Instagram, or maybe Instagram only. But mostly what we do are Facebook, just because of the demographic of that. But with Facebook, it's what's called interruptive, meaning that you are interrupting someone's day. You're putting your ad in their feed, and you're interrupting them, and you're trying to get their attention, and then you're trying to get them to take action, and then you're trying to convert them. So you're going from it's a cold lead to try and get them warmed up at least. And one of the big mistakes people make on Facebook is they try and get people to marry them on the first date. It doesn't work. 99% of the time, it doesn't work, right? You're trying to get a first date with them on Facebook, and then they click on your ad, they take a look. Then you've got to get them to try and get that second date or take it to the next level. So there's a difference in approach between the two mediums. And LinkedIn is highly specialized, meaning it's basically, if you're really a business that's targeting other businesses, then LinkedIn can be. Now LinkedIn doesn't have the volume, and it doesn't have quite the targeting that Google Ads and Facebook do, but it is good in some circumstances where you're highly targeting other businesses. And also LinkedIn can be pretty expensive as well. So those are the three that we deal with, and the differences between them. So like I say, typically with Google Ads, you're paying per click. So my job is to optimize the Google Ads, set it up and optimize it so that the right people searching are finding you, and then when they find you, they're finding ads that are relevant and interesting and grab their attention and have them click through to either your website or your landing page. Where on Facebook, my job is to get ads that grab their attention, and that's the biggest thing. You got to get their attention first. And with Facebook, it's clicks, or you're paying per impressions, meaning every time your ad is seen on a page, that's an impression. And so if you have 1,000 impressions and you get 1,000 clicks, it's the same cost as if you have 1,000 impressions and 1 click. It just drives your per click cost down that way. So there's a difference in approach there. Typically, what we're seeing with Google Ads, just generically, it's typically $3 to $5 per click, depending on the industry. Could be a lot more, could be less, but just as a general number. Where with Facebook, we've seen ads where we're getting 25 cents per click, but typically it's about $1 a click, $1 to $2, somewhere in that range. And I'm just speaking really generally. It really depends on your industry and who you're targeting. So just as general guidelines. So Vince, you had mentioned before the paid traffic analysis that we do, and I know Jean's on the call with us, and she just submitted one. So what is the paid traffic analysis that we do? So if you've got a client and you think that they might benefit from buying paid traffic and or SEO, being found organically through search engine optimization, then what we do is I take a look, and I look at currently what they're getting as far as how much traffic, where it's coming from, what they're ranking for, and then we look at competitors to see what they're ranking for and how much traffic they're getting, and are they buying, or are they just doing it all organically? And then we look at the opportunities. So depending on, again, the business type, we typically will look at Google Ads first. So we'll use the Google Ads tool to forecast and get an idea of what the cost per click would be, and then we also, depending on what the business is, we may or may not look and see what the opportunity, how many people we could target in Facebook and or LinkedIn as well. I know that Vince, you commented you've seen a number of the paid traffic analysis that we do, and Gene as well. We've done a number for you as well, Gene. Did you want to further comment on any of those?
Actually, we have Mike Driggers here too. Mike, are you there? Maybe talk a little about Mike has a client, but I know as far as he's coming on.
I'm here.
But yeah, I have a client. That number one, Dr. Funk, he did it and very happy with his results. And then also I have another company, Techline, it's a furniture company, and she actually started out and then upped her campaign to do more. So it's very effective. One thing that it's exciting is Franklin does updates, and we'll get into it later, but this is a no contract where a lot of different companies out there will put these people in contracts for 6 months, and they won't even do less than maybe $1,500, and they don't tell where the money's going. We'll kind of go into detail, but the way he has it structured, Franklin is really good at what he does, and he's invested to make sure they're getting results, and then by them getting results, they stay on the program. So, and Mike, do you want to comment about your client?
Yeah, so I have an orthodontist that's using it, and we're getting, we're getting some good results. We're tweaking and testing, but they're getting about 30, 40 calls in a week, and so the exposure out there is just helping bring awareness to the small business, along with the SEO that Franklin's team does. So. Great stuff.
Yeah, and here you can see this is the landing page that we're doing, and we'll get into landing pages and why you may or may not, a client may or may not need a landing page. I was just bringing up the numbers for them, and let's see, the last 30 days. Let's see. Now I can't show this on the screen, but from this page they've received 4 phone calls, and then the other. Let's see, and this is just the last 30 days. So, and then they've gotten 18 clicks to call. So there's a couple of ways that we monitor, because I can monitor how many people are clicking, how many people are coming here, but we're also want to track how many people call. So we've added code here. Google includes, and I'm kind of going off a little bit, but I think it's important because you need to measure results. Right, because we're a month-to-month service, so I need to show that we're getting the results, and so I can measure how many clicks. And previously we couldn't measure how many calls, but now Google has given us the ability. What Google does is I add some code, I set up conversions, and I add code to a website or to a landing page. And what Google does is it takes this number and it'll actually change it to a call tracking number, so that they can monitor. So just in the last 30 days, we've gotten 4 calls just off of this form, plus the people that filled out the form. Plus, when the ad shows, we also have extensions on there, and one of them is the call extension. So we can monitor how many people. So 18 people clicked on the call us, meaning they're calling directly from their mobile phone. But we also had 56 people. We also had another one of the other extensions we have on that particular account is it says call today. We had 56 people click on that one. So, and then also we have another one called schedule now, and just in the last 30 days we've had 55 people click on that schedule now. So these are the kind of things that we monitor, and then on a monthly basis, as Mike was saying, we give, I give a video update where I go through the numbers, and it's usually about 5 to 10 minute video, which allows the client to quickly see the results without having to look through a bunch of reports that they probably will never understand, and just see what's the results and where have we made gains, what are we working on, where are the deficiencies, because it's like stocks, right? You always want that continual increase in gains. There's going to be some up, there's going to be some down, but the overall is continuing to dial in these campaigns so that they continue to get continued increase in conversions. Anything that I missed, Vince, on that?
Nope, sounds good. Keep going.
Okay. So I just want, one of the other things, before I jump into how we do it, I just wanted to, let me just go back and just kind of, and again, I can't show these numbers on the screen because, I just don't want to, for clients. But I just wanted to give you an idea. We have a dentist that does sleep apnea here in Portland, and we've been working with them for a couple years now. And in the last 30 days, he got 212 clicks, and his average cost is $1.36 per click. There's a furniture company that's a client of Agora that's in Sacramento, and they do Murphy beds and custom furniture or office furniture, so kind of niche. And when we first started with them, they were really struggling. And we're almost getting ready to close the doors, and they started with the starter campaign, and I'll go through that in a minute. And a couple months ago, I think it was, right, Vince, they upped it. They went to the value plan and upped their budget up to, they're doing $800 a month because they were getting such good results. And they've had 167 clicks in the last 30 days. Their average cost per click is $4.47. You can see there's, like I say, typically the average cost, I estimate, is about $3 to $4. And I'll go into really what ad spend means. The most expensive one we've got in Sacramento. This is another Agora client we're working with that does heating and air conditioning, HVAC. And we just switched the campaign from air conditioning from the summer over to heating for the winter, obviously. And his cost, he's gotten 42 clicks, and the average cost per click is $9.03. So that's I think the most expensive cost per click campaign that we're running now. But there's a lot of competition. So competition really drives those cost per clicks. So right now, if we were trying to get clicks for air conditioning, obviously it would be very cheap because there's not a lot of competition for that right now. So just to kind of give you a general overall thing. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention too, and I'll show you the landing page. There's a gym in Reno that we started, I think 2 weeks ago, we started their a Google ad campaign for them. And they were just ecstatic because within the first couple hours of running the ad, they had 4 people fill out their forms. And I'll show you their landing pages in a minute. Actually, I'll show them to you right now. So we've got 2 landing pages going for them with 2 different offers. One is get your 1-week free pass today, and then the other is, and I apologize for my dog. They got a puppy here, and she's telling me she's hungry, so I apologize for the barking in the background. But so we've got 2 landing pages, 2 variations of the landing page going, and 2 different offers. And again, we had just in the first couple hours 4 people fill out the form, and they're very happy. They've gotten 33 clicks plus a lot of calls in these 2 weeks. And we're starting now a Facebook campaign for them as well because they want to target especially working mothers, family, going more towards the family experience in the gym. Okay, so typically, in the traffic analysis, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll look to see, or I'll recommend, and which package would be a good place to come into. And so what's the difference? So starter is a really good way for people, for a business to dip their toe in the pool, make sure the water's warm and that there is water in the pool, before they jump in. So with the starter package, basically what they get, and this is the monthly fee, and again, it's a month-to-month service, and what they get is basically, and it's the same pricing depending on which platform. So the question is, which do we go with? Google Ads, otherwise formerly known as AdWords, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So let's talk about Google Ads. So we go in, we do the research on the keywords, we set up the ads, the campaign, and with this one they get 1 ad group, and an ad group is basically a collection of keywords, meaning how are people searching, and then the ads that are associated with it, and all the extensions and the targeting. There's a number of things that are involved with it, but the main thing is one ad group with 2 ads. Sometimes they'll throw in a third one because Google really likes that third, and we usually throw in a dynamic one. And then they can spend up to $500 a month. So basically, if a client is not willing to spend $300 a month on their ads, for what they're paying Google, and this is what's paid directly to Google or Facebook or LinkedIn, then they're in the wrong game, because you got to spend at least $10-15 a day to really see results. If you're doing $3 a click as an average, let's just say, and you're spending $15 a day budget, that's 5 clicks. So 5 clicks, 150 clicks a month, and just being conservative. If you have 150 and you get, 20% of them call, which is kind of conservative, that's 30 calls, and if they close half of those, that's, potentially 15 new customers. And that's just, being very conservative. So a business that it works really well for is not a business that's making, like $3 per transaction. It's businesses where you have to look and say, well, if they're getting 15 new customers, what's the average value of a customer? Is it $100? Is it $1,000? Is it $10,000? If it's, $2,000, let's say for an orthodontist, the average value is, $2,000 just as a number, then, one new client more than pays for their ads and their ad spend. And that's really the way we have to look at it, because one of the objections that I get most commonly is like, oh, clicks are too expensive. Well, the question is, what are you willing to spend to get a client? That's really the question. And yeah, then it may be too expensive. If you're only making $5 off a client, you're selling keys at a locksmith, then or making $3 to duplicate a key, then getting a client for the cost of $10 is not worth it. But if you're selling them, a $2,000 safe, and you're focusing on that, then AdWords can be a viable solution, just as an example. So the differences in packages really are how aggressive they want to be. So with the value, we're doing 2 ad groups, and I'll give you an example. Like I talked about UFC Gym. Well, actually, let's talk about Tanner and Reichhold. So I don't remember off the hand, but as an example, with orthodontists, if they're doing Invisalign, like Tanner and Reichhold are really focusing on Invisalign. So it really makes sense to have a ad group that's really specific to Invisalign, because if I type in like, what's the cost of Invisalign, and up pops an ad and says, hey, we do braces, all kinds of braces, blah, 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 you're not going to get my attention, because I'm looking for Invisalign. But if the ad pops up and says, we're the Invisalign specialists in our area, in the Bay Area, then I'm going, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I was searching for. I was looking for Invisalign. This is what I'm searching for. And so that's the power of ad groups, is really having focus instead of trying to say, hey, we do everything, and not getting their attention for that. So the ad groups, like as an example, I'll show you with the UFC Gym, we set up 3 ad groups. One was for people searching for gyms and fitness in general, another ad group of people searching for personal trainers, and then a third ad group of people that are searching for women's fitness only, so we can really target the ads. We're all driving them to the same landing page and with the same offers, but we're getting their attention and having that continuity all the way through. So that's why having multiple ad groups can be very advantageous, depending on what the targeting is, and then again how aggressive they want to be on their ad spend. And this is what the max that they can spend on with Google or any of the platforms that we support. What questions do you have, Vince?
Well, I wanted to add in there some really important things is if you don't know much about this industry, a lot of, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of competitors will say, look, give me $1,500 or $2,000 a month, and they put them into a 6-month contract. And then what they don't fully reveal the pricing. What I love, and one of the reasons why I went with Franklin and his program is because, one, it's month to month. Two, he'll take on the smaller clients that want to start smaller, and there's a lot of companies that won't even come in at these $500 clients. They'll come at $1,000, maybe $2,000, because there's a little bit of work to it, and some of them don't consider it worth a while. And then what happens is that they'll take that money, and then they don't fully know where how much is being exactly spent on the ad spend. Or let's say they don't use it all up. Well, the company keeps it. What's great about this program is there's a setup fee. Once you get into that, after that setup fee, the month to month is a management fee, and then we're using the customer's credit card for the actual billing of LinkedIn, Facebook, or Google, which gives full transparency. Another thing also is even when there is transparency with other companies, they charge about 50%, sometimes more even, where we're coming in about a third to manage, because it does take time and to manage a certain amount of pay-per-clicks and money. So it's all based upon that. But if you look at it, the rates are really great. They'll start at a lower campaign. You really can't get much better. And Franklin's just incredible at what he does. He makes sure that not only are they getting clicks, but one thing also, Franklin, you can mention is how you make sure they don't get those negative clicks, because there's a lot of wasted money on Google on these platforms, and Franklin's really good at making sure the money's not wasted. Can you mention kind of about that, how you do the negatives to make sure there's certain keywords not are clicked on?
Absolutely. I mean, there's Google Ads is a well, all of the platforms are really powerful, and so I'm going to answer that in just a second. But I also wanted to mention, like, why do you even want us to manage an ads? Why not just have the clients do themselves? Well, besides it being time intensive, it's the way the analogy I use is like if you walked into a casino, would you hand the casino all your money and say, "Hey, bet this for me and tell me if I win"? So if you do your own Google Ads, then basically that's what you're doing. You're giving the casino your money and saying, especially AdWords Express, that just is that thing is a vacuum cleaner. I'll just suck your money right out of you. But yeah, that's my job, is to get the best. To optimize accounts so you're getting the best return, instead of just handing your money over, to Google Ads and saying, "Hey, tell me if I win." "Oh, I didn't win." "Oh, well, I guess Google Ads doesn't work." And I hear that a lot. People go, "Oh, Google Ads doesn't work," and it's because they tried to do it themselves. So, sorry, I got a little distracted there. Did I answer your question, Vince?
Yeah. And does anyone have any questions at this point, or did Franklin just do an incredible job?
Well, before you get to questions, I want to throw in one more thing here.
Okay.
So the question is, so we've got the paid traffic, and then we also offer pro landing pages, and these are one-time fees, and we've got different levels of packages. So the question is, why would you want a landing page? And I'll use Tanner & Reichhold as an example. Now, they've got a really good website, and it works really well, but it's the reason we went with a landing page is because landing pages, the definition in a nutshell of a landing page is a page that gives them one decision point. That decision point in this case is call now or schedule a free consultation. That's the decision point. As opposed to a website, which has a lot of links and blogs, and there's a lot of things they can get distracted. Here it's like we're telling right away we have a call to action. You'll see there's no links to go anywhere else. It's call or fill out the form. That's our decision point there, and so it's
like the value proposition on one page.
Exactly, and so this one is a gold package. This one here is the $397, and basically it comes with the way that our landing pages work is the content writer, after I've talked with the client, the content writer talks with them, writes the content, then hands it to our designer, and then we build out the page. We also, depending on the package, will do some market research, meaning the content writer will look at what the competition is doing so that we can, learn from their mistakes or their successes. And so that's why a lot of times a landing page is going to get them the best return on investment. And that's why we recommend it. And that's why we make them so affordable. It's because that a little bit of extra investment is going to, in the long run, 85% of the time is going to get them better results. Sometimes we work with the websites, and it just really depends. And that's part of the analysis too. When I do the traffic analysis, is I will recommend. I'll say, oh, look, your website looks good, but there's some deficiencies, and we highly recommend. Or I go the opposite. If the website I think is going to convert, then I'm going to drive them. I'm not going to just say, hey, you need a landing page for the sake of making a few extra bucks. It's not, it's not in integrity. So that's the last thing I wanted to add, Vince, and I'm ready for questions.
Do you have industries or sample companies that you can send us that, where you said, this is where we found a lot of success in this industry or these kinds of companies? So in other words, like the UFC thing or, other things that are, whatever it is,
So you're asking during the traffic analysis piece, you mean?
Yeah, or something that says, we think that we've seen that these kinds of companies, if you had to start with a group of companies, these are the kinds that would. I understand the key thing, the cost of everything can't be $3, but are there any certain kinds of companies that you thought, if I had to start with the group, this would be the group?
Well, so as part of the analysis, what I do is I look at competition to see how much they're advertising. And so that's a really good indication if especially in like an HVAC world, and, that's one that comes to mind. The HVAC world is one that's highly competitive, and so we can look to see how much they're spending.
And when you mean HVAC, what part of that?
The air conditioning, the heating,
service contractors or?
Bernie, you came in late on the call, right? Because some of the questions you were asking we had covered.
All right. Well, I won't ask any more questions.
No,
you can ask, but I'm just letting you know that.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry if I'd known you.
He wasn't a part of some of those.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, man. Yeah.
I was fashionably late. Actually, I was unfashionably late.
Yeah. No worries.
Sorry
no worries.
About that.
So like with HVAC, there's industries that work really, really well with Google Ads, and I'd say Google Ads works for, again, it's average cost per client depending on what the industry is. It works really well for most industries. Like one that didn't work is realtors. We set up one for a local realtor up here in Portland, and we got lots of clicks. We had a great landing page, just did not convert. That industry is just one industry that I've tried a couple different realtors, and it's just not a niche that's very strong, as opposed to, like we do cleaning services. We do chiropractors works really well. We've got a number of dental, orthodontics, law firms. Works really, really well. We have a disability lawyer who was really, really, really struggling. And we've been doing his paid traffic for a while now, and SEO, and he's getting at least 10 new clients a month. Now that means a lot of money for disability law for a lawyer, right? And
also,
HVAC
Bernie,
works
I think
really
I'm going to
well.
help you. Bernie, when I take over the screen, I'm going to show you something that you're looking for. That's going to really help you. While you're still talking, let me go ahead and grab the screen, okay, Franklin?
Yeah, why don't you grab the screen, because I'm going to step away for one quick second.
Sorry to interrupt what you were doing. I didn't mean it.
That's all right.
Yeah, so go ahead, Vince. I'm going to step away for just a minute.
Yeah, hold on. Just
right back.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
No, but...
One second here.
Okay, I'm back. So, Vince, are you sharing your screen? Oh, there you are.
Can you see my screen, you guys?
I did for a second.
I apologize here.
It's coming back to me. I just declined it.
Yeah, okay, so Let me grab this back here. It's not showing me. Okay, there we go. You guys should be able to see it now.
Yeah, sure there.
Can everyone see it? For those that are viewing the, I know some of you guys are not on the computer. But basically, Bernie, what you're looking for is, okay, here we go, is they run a free traffic analysis. And what we do is you will come over here and you'll fill this form out, which is right here.
That's pretty cool.
Over here it says free traffic analysis. You click on this right here and you fill this form out, and what he'll do, paid traffic or organic, you just list information. I would put your information here so it's sent to you first and not just to the client. And you fill out competitors' websites, their products and services, competitor websites go right here, and add as many as you can. What he'll do is he'll create a video, and I have a couple examples right here. Here's my chiropractic one, or I'm sorry, this is this is Dr. Funk right here. There's a solar company, and he'll create, and what he'll do is he'll show how much traffic is taking place in that industry, and they'll also show what type of traffic or SEO is going on with their competitor. And so they'll get a personalized video.
Wow.
So there are and so this is actually what you're really looking for, because this will break down like, look, this is how many people are searching on Google for your industry. And this is what your competitors are getting. So this is actually even better, because we have the testimonies, don't get me wrong, but they really need to know, what about my area? What's going on in my area with my competitors? And if you watch these videos, it'll show you. And everyone I've sent these to, we just close them left and right. This has been effective. Dr. Funk's on there. We did the solar. The one we did with Techline, and Dan, that's good for you because that's a furniture store, and that's the one she was talking about. Tremendous results, but this is what you're looking for right here. So all you do is you come over here and you just come to the forms, and you do the free traffic analysis right there. You click on that, you fill this out. Franklin will get an email. He'll fill this out, and he'll email it back to you. Make sure you put put the business name, but for the contact information, make sure this is you, and then you give that to the client. This will close them left and right, because this is actually worth about $200 in value. There's other companies that won't even touch this or do this for you because it does take some time. But Franklin is doing it, and then what he does, not on top of that, he'll send them videos monthly with the results they're getting, and the results are incredible. My clients are very, very happy that are on this program, and it's really one of the best ways.
You don't have to prove anything; it's right there.
Yeah, it's right
there. The
here.
evidence is there. You can't, somebody can't say, "Oh, I don't believe you," or something.
Yeah.
It's like right there. So.
Yeah,
and
then what? Sorry, what?
Oh, let me just add to the amount of information that is available to see on just on your clients, but also on their competitors, is usually mind-blowing for people that aren't in the industry. That we know that much about how they're performing online and their competitors. It usually blows their mind.
Oh, and so when I started in marketing, nothing like this was available.
Yeah, well, for a business, it's invaluable information because, number one, a lot of companies won't even reveal this, but to get that revealed to them, like, oh my gosh, I can actually see, so then they can expect a certain amount of return. Now, as great as that is, Franklin's good at the landing page. There's a couple secrets also that he didn't fully go into detail here, but when he talks to your clients, like having the landing page or their website. So basically when they click, and let's say they go, I'm looking for heating and air, or I need an air conditioner. Well, if they click over into a website on the paper and it says that, and then it goes to a website and it has everything, and then heating and air is like, or an air conditioner is like hidden somewhere on that website, that's not good. For it to be effective, when they click over, they have to exactly see what they're looking for because that's what they were searching for. That's why the landing pages are great for a high turnover, basically for conversion. So, and then also taking the smaller end customers and growing it, because sometimes people don't want to jump into a 6-month contract or spend $1,500. And not that they don't have the money, they just don't want to start there. They want to give it a try. So we have it set up on these lower packages where they can give it a try. Very affordable. And all this information is right here in the back office. Here's some reviews if you're looking for that right there. I should go get that testimonial review from Techline now. And then here's the plans. And if you click right here, There's your sheet you can send to a business owner. You can just click that link right there. You know, I'm a salesperson. I love selling, so we set everything up in Agora to make it at your fingertips where you have all this information. So you click right there to see what's included in the starter package. And then to fill the form out, they just free online traffic. And then if you want to show some videos, just come down here to your marketing tools, and I have the videos right here, some examples. This is very, very powerful. Same with SEO. You know, if you come down here into SEO, because search engine optimization. So if you have a company starting out, they should start paid traffic, but they should work on their SEO because they'll save them tons of money if they can get free traffic. They're not paying per click. But same thing, free traffic analysis, marketing tools. You know, this will show you the commissions you get on the project. You know, and we have different things right here to help you out. So this, you know, you're sending a personalized video right over to the client. It doesn't get much better than that. So with that, are there any other questions? This has been a great call, very enlightening. Hopefully, if you know, some of you guys don't know much about this industry. And the cool thing is you don't have to know a lot about this industry. All you have to do is know enough about the client that they need it, fill that form out, and Franklin handles the rest of it. He'll close the deal for you. And you get him on the phone with that client with that video. I sent it over to Dr. Funk, and within 5 minutes, Vince went, wow, I watched it. That's great. I want that. Yeah, and I set him up. I think within like 2 days I had him set up. So it's a very easy sell. I mean, you could literally find any client online. Someone could sit at home and look up some heating and air conditioner in their area, do like 3 or 4 of them, send these requests over. And then when you get the video back, you know, depending upon how many you get slammed with, get the video back, send that over to clients, and I guarantee you'll get response and close a lot of deals. It's an easy way to get leads. And when they see that, because no one out there is really doing it at this level that I know of. I've never seen anyone send a personalized video with what's going on in their industry. And the more personalized you can make the marketing and show the results, the more response you'll get with clients. Are there any other anyone want to add anything or ask any questions? Or did we just do that good of a job? Bernie, does that help you?
Yeah, very much. It's very impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah, we have and Bernie, if we've done this before, and we have a training video back here, which you can watch if you want to get more details. And plus, this one I'll also load up there also once I get it together. But there's videos back here in the training support, marketing tools, commissions, all that. Here's your videos. Everything's right in the back office. If you get familiar with where to find things, everything you need to sell any product is back here in this back office. So there's a lot of exciting things going to be happening. I'm going to be making some changes on a couple things. I was talking with Dan, and we're going to, and some of the vendors, we're going to be coming with some quick sheets. Like if you have someone that just needs a website or pay traffic, or they need a business loan, we're going to make it real quick and easy for you to get that over the information. And I'm working on some vendors to even speed up the sales process and have the vendor help you close the deal. So with that being said, I'll open up again. Are there any other questions? Troy, you doing good out there? Got Jim on here. Linda, Ray.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dan?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah.
I can vouch for the use of those the videos that Franklin's doing. They really are very helpful. It kind of sells itself. So really, all you got to do is find somebody with a bit of a need, and I think if you can just fill in their information, it's a pretty good chance it'll sell itself.
Yeah, this right here takes about what I do, for example. Here, let's say I'm going to do a heating and air. So what I would do is, if I know where they're located, heating and air, and let's say Sacramento, what I'll do is to find competitors, I'll come right here. If I don't know, and I look for one, you want to get one that's kind of got some good, high reviews, someone they'll recognize. Or sometimes I'll go to Yelp. Yelp will show me some of the best ones that are in the area. Because trust you me, your client will know these people. Like, yeah, I know that person. See this right here, 245 reviews? I'd probably grab that company right there, click on it, grab their website, right, and then what they'll do, here's their website right here. Now I got their website right there, right? Copy. Then I come back over here, and then I just paste about 3 or 4 of them. Bam. Put any notes on there. I'd say, make sure that this email is going to you. Don't send it right to the client. You want this to go to you, and then you contact them. You send it out from your email. But Franklin will send the email with the video to you. And this is very, very powerful. Very easy to do. And just put their name. If you don't know the person, if you do know them, even do they have? Then also, if they have a website, you just put their website in right here. Business city, service areas for business. Describe one sentence right here. Just any little information that can help them understand about this client. This takes maybe. I can fill this form out in about 5 minutes or less. Especially if what takes me the most time is finding their competitors. But I just showed you how to quickly find them. I dropped out 3 or 4 in there, and boom, boom, he loads them in to the system. Franklin needs that information to speed things up for him. Don't expect him. If you don't put the competitors in here, he's not going to put it. Franklin, you want to talk a little about that? What makes that easier for you?
Oh yeah. The more information you can give me, then the better the analysis is going to be. Because and Vince is really great at it. Gene's really good at it, giving me a lot of information to work off of. Because it's even with you guys putting that information in, it still takes me at least 30 to 60 minutes per analysis to do. So they are time intensive. So again, you want to make sure that they're not really a tool for cold calling. They're for, like you said earlier, Vince. You got a warm lead that you want to get to that next level. That's what they're really good for, because you've got to put in some time to do the research, and then I put in the time, and working together. That's what. The more you front load that information for me, then the better my analysis is going to be. Then the better it's going to be to get the client. So it's team effort.
Yeah, Franklin doesn't know your area or that person's competitor. You got to remember, he knows how to get what to do with that information, but it's really helpful the more information you put in there. If you only give him 2 examples, then he's going to have 2. If you put in 3 or 4, you want to make sure you put enough in there so he can quickly do an analysis, because on the analysis, it's just going to look for the website and information. He puts that in, and then he's got programs that run that stuff for him. So this is very powerful, very effective, and you can make a lot of money on this. Customers will keep doing this. This is a residual product that once it works for them, they're going to stay on it for a very long time. And you can pick up some other sales, because when we start digging into it, he starts to examine their website and says, you don't got a good website, or wow, you might need a landing page, which creates an upsell. So this right here can turn into some really big sales for you, because then they're like, wow. You know what? You're right. I do need a new website. And then they try. You've opened the door now in the sales funnel to open up like, wow, I have bad reviews. Well, we got a program that, it starts to open up all these other products. This product right here is a lead-in for all these other products. And you know what? I can confidently tell you, I've been doing internet marketing for a long time. A lot of companies have been burned with internet marketing, and where they've been burned is actually on the paid traffic, and it's because of how it was done. Companies saying, "Give me $3,000, we'll send business to you," right? And they pocket like $2,000 of it, and they don't do a good job on the 1,000 with the paid traffic, and then they just have these people spending money. I was actually working with one of our clients here in Sacramento, and they were spending $4,000 a month, I think it was. And they had no accounting of how much was going to the ad campaign. They hid how the accounting worked, and they just showed them like, well, you got this many clicks. Well, when we got down to it, what ended up happening is one of the managers sent an email to the salesperson like, you need to close that deal, and he put something. He revealed some real negative stuff about how they were doing it and how much money they can make. And he accidentally sent that email to the business owner. And the business owner read it and went, oh, my gosh, this is what company I've been working with. And they were hosing him. And I told him he was getting hosed. It's because of how we're structured. Here at Agora, we have worked very hard to make sure that all of our campaigns are upright. We handle in an ethical way. We don't stick people in contracts. We make it month to month. and we give them high value added. You know, we have some of the best marketing programs out there. And when you combine all these things together, like Sotellus, paid traffic, a website, videos, I mean, we didn't even get into it, but, you know, you look at these video campaigns, you know, for $200, you're getting 5 video. I mean, if you look at, what's me down here, on this one right here, you're getting those animated videos, plus he's loading it into the, right here for 5 videos, $6.49, and he loads it in, does the SEO and helps them write the video and puts it into Google. That's powerful. You put all this together, you got a knockout of a program, and it's taken Agora quite a while to get these vendors that are great, like Franklin, and put these products together, and that's why I call it the 5 pillars of the internet, really helping the customer with the paid traffic, with their website, with their reviews, with video marketing, with their directories, and with the social media. You put together, the customer is going to be successful. And, you know, and here's Dr. Funk right there. You can hear his story. Just listen to that. I would know he's very, very happy. You know, he says, Vince, I get clients every single day, new clients. Come to my website. They just love what I'm doing.